New at 5:30, we are learning some Virginia voters were wrongly removed from the rolls. This includes some previously convicted felons who originally had their voting rights restored in the Commonwealth.
A state police spokeswoman says it all comes down to a technicality in the state's criminal record system used by the Department of Elections. Ann Sprock is in the studio with more. Ann.
Well, Dan, Nicole, according to this 2023 report by the Virginia Department of Elections, thousands of Virginians convicted of new felonies had their voting rights taken away. However, we learned some of these voters didn't have any new convictions, but rather a probation violation.
It's a technical error costing some people their right to vote and possibly more.
We believe that it's thousands.
In the 2022 report, the Department of Elections said more than 4,000 voters lost their rights because of a new felony conviction. But in 2023, the department reported more than 17,000 people were removed from the rolls.
The report explains the significant difference is because officials found more than 10,000 previously convicted felons who had their rights restored were convicted of a new felony, losing their rights again. However, this is not entirely accurate. According to Virginia State Police, the criminal records tracking data categorized a probation violation as a new felony conviction. This is the same system the Board of Elections uses when tracking voters. So those who only had a technical probation violation were still removed from the rolls.
That is a problem, and it brings a lot of concern from all Virginians, including people of all stripes politically.
Sean Winetta with American Civic Liberties Union called this problem upsetting as we enter week 2 of early voting, especially at a time when Virginia has a lot at stake with the upcoming election.
It is important that people are not only on the rolls that should be, but also know that they're eligible to vote.
A Virginia State Police spokeswoman says in wake of this concern, the criminal records report no longer files felony probation violation charges to avoid disqualifying voters who had their rights restored by the governor.
And we reached out to Governor Glenn Youngkin's office about this error. His spokeswoman sent us a statement saying the governor asked Virginia State Police to conduct a review once he was made aware of this issue. The spokeswoman added the governor is committed to reinstating the registration of those who are impacted. I'm Ann Sprock for 13 News Now.
A spokeswoman for the Department of Elections says her office has asked Virginia State Police to identify individuals who may have been wrongfully listed in the record system. Once that is done, the spokeswoman says department leaders will send those names to registrars to have those voters reinstated immediately.